Good morning. Welcome to session 3 of Unit 5 in learning the course Computer Organization and Architecture. In our previous sessions, we discussed about peripheral devices and input-output interface. In this session, we are going to discuss about asynchronous data transfer. The main objectives of this session are to know about synchronous and asynchronous data transfers, to understand strobe control and handshaking method of asynchronous data transfer. The main outcomes of this session are, by following this session, the student will be able to know about synchronous and asynchronous data transfers and able to understand strobe control method as well as handshaking method which are used in asynchronous data transfer. Now, data transfer in digital systems can be done in, it happens in two ways. The data transfer in digital systems happens in two ways, that is synchronous data transfer and other one is asynchronous data transfer. So, first one is synchronous data transfer and second one is asynchronous data transfer. What is synchronous data transfer? What is asynchronous data transfer? Those two things that we need to know. Two units, CPU and I/O interface, are designed independently of each other. So, here we are considering basically two units. One unit is CPU and other unit is I/O interface, input-output interface. These are designed independently of each other. Okay. Now, if the registers in the interface share a common clock with the CPU registers, the data transfer between the two units is said to be synchronous. So, that is, if there is a common clock for all the registers in CPU as well as I/O interface, then all those registers work under common clock. So, the data transfers among all these registers will be happened synchronously. So, this data transfer is called as synchronous data transfer. Now, if the registers in the interface are using their own private clock, in that case, the internal timing in each unit is independent from the other, called as asynchronous data transfer. That is, these two are not using common clock. So, I/O interface, for its register, it is having a private clock. CPU itself, it is having a clock. Okay. So, these are using two separate clocks. In that case, we are calling that type of data transfer as asynchronous data transfer. I hope that you all understood. The data transfer in digital systems can be happened in two ways, synchronous data transfer and asynchronous data transfer. So, here we are talking about two devices. One is CPU and other is I/O interface. So, CPU having some own registers. I/O interface is also having its own registers. So, the data transfer should be done between these registers. Now, if these registers are having the common clock, then the data transfer is to be called as synchronous. If these two are having different clocks, so I/O interface is having their own clock with their own its own private clock. So, in that case, the data transfer between those registers is to be called as asynchronous data transfer. Now, we are going to explain about this asynchronous data transfer. Now, the asynchronous data transfer between two units requires that control signals be transmitted between the communicating units to indicate the time at which data being transmitted. I already said you that CPU is having its own registers and its own clock. I/O interface is having its own registers and its own clock. Now, I/O interface wants to send some data to CPU or CPU wants some data to I/O interface. In this case, so since these two are having different clocks, there is an asynchronous communication. So, for making the successful communication between the registers, there should be some control signals to indicate the time, at which time the data is transmitted from I/O interface to CPU or from CPU to I/O interface. Now, how these controlling can be done? How this controlling can be done? That controlling can be achieved in two ways. What are those two ways? Strobe control and handshaking method. So, here the controlling of data transfer between the IO interface and CPU can be done in two ways. What are those two ways? One is strobe control and other is handshaking method. Now coming to strobe control, first we are going to discuss about strobe control method, later we will discuss about handshaking method. Coming to strobe control method, the strobe control method of asynchronous data transfer employs a single control line to time each transfer, to indicate the time of each transfer. So it is having only a single control line. Now the strobe may be activated either by source or by the destination. So it can be done, the strobe control signal, what the control signal that we want to send for indicating the time of transfer, that can be initiated by either source or by the destination. If it is activated by the source, that is called as source initiated strobe. If it is activated by the destination, then it is called as destination initiated strobe control. Now first we need to discuss about source initiated strobe control. Now let us see, this diagram indicates the source indicated strobe control. Now the data bus carries the binary information from source to destination. Here this is the data bus which carries the data from source to destination. The strobe is a single line that informs the destination unit when a valid data word is available in the bus. So whenever the source unit wants to send any data, that source unit places the data onto the data bus and it enables the strobe control. So whenever the strobe control is enabled, the destination unit can receive the data. Okay. Now the source unit first places the data on the data bus. After a brief delay, the source initiates the strobe pulse. Let us see here the timing diagram. First, the data will be placed onto the data bus. Later, after a small gap, a strobe control will be initiated. Now, the destination, the information on the data bus and the strobe signal remains active state for efficient period of time to allow the destination unit to receive the data. So, both the data what is present on the line and the strobe control both are in active state till the destination receives it. The destination unit uses the falling edge of strobe pulse to transfer the contents of the data bus into one of its internal registers. Okay. So, here it uses the falling edge of this strobe control. So, at the falling edge of the strobe control, this data is transferred to one of the registers of destination units. So, after some time, the source removes the data from the bus. A brief period after it disables its strobe pulse also. So, after some time, after a predefined time, the data will be removed from the data lines and also strobe control is disabled. So, this is the process of source initiated strobe. Okay. First data is placed onto the data bus, then the strobe control is initiated. So, these two becomes active till the destination gets the data. So, at the falling edge of strobe, the destination unit receives the data. Now, after some predefined time, the strobe control as well as the data will become disabled on the lines. Now, this is source initiated strobe. Now, coming to destination initiated strobe. In case of destination initiated strobe, the destination unit activates the strobe pulse informing the source to provide the data. So, first strobe pulse will be activated by the destination unit. So, it indicates the source, I am ready to take the data. So, please send me the valid data. So, the source unit responds by placing the required data on the data bus. The source unit responds by placing the data onto the data bus. The data must be valid and remain in the bus long enough for the destination unit to accept it. So, it becomes active. After receiving the data, the destination unit disables the strobe. So, after receiving the data, it disables the strobe pulse. This is destination initiated strobe for data transfer. Then the source removes the data. So, this is the process in case of destination initiated strobe. What is the main disadvantage or drawback that is present in strobe transfer? Why we are going for handshaking method? Since there is a small drawback in strobe method, so for avoiding the drawback, we are going for handshaking method. Now, what is the disadvantage that is present in strobe method? The disadvantage of the strobe method is that the source unit that initiates the transfer has no way of knowing whether the destination unit has actually received the data item or not. So, the source unit does not get any information from the destination that I received the data. That is one drawback. And a destination unit that initiates the transfer has no way of knowing whether the source has actually placed the data or not. It is also not known. The destination unit, if it is initiated the strobe pulse, So after some time, what the data is present on the bus, it takes the data. Whether it is the updated data or not, it does not known to the destination unit. So that those two are the drawbacks that are present in strobe control method. So to avoid these drawbacks, we are going for handshaking method. So which is nothing but a two-way control mechanism. A handshaking method is a two-way control mechanism. Whereas our strobe control is one-way control. Whether it is to be initiated by either source or by destination, there is no any acknowledgement from the destination or from the source. So that's why we are going for handshaking method. So here, what is this handshaking method? In handshaking method, one control line is in the same direction as the data flow in the bus from the source to the destination. It is used by the source unit to inform the destination unit whether there are valid data or not. So here, I already said you that in addition to data line, the handshaking method includes two control lines. One control line is present in the direction of data flow to intimate the destination unit whether there is any valid data in the bus or not. The second control line is in other direction from the destination to source. After receiving the data, the destination sends that other control line. It is used by the destination unit to inform the source whether it can accept data or not. Okay, so handshaking method can also be implemented in two ways. One is source initiated transfer and other is destination initiated transfer. So in handshaking also, initiation of data transfer can be done by either source or by the destination. Let us see first source initiated transfer. Now here this indicates the source initiated transfer using handshaking method. Let us observe the things. Source initiated the transfer. So first the source places the data onto the data bus and it enables the data valid line. First it places the data onto the data bus and it enables the data valid line. Now after receiving, so here these are the sequence of actions that are present. Places the data and enables the data valid line. Accepts the data from bus, enable data accepted line. Here the second control. Here this is the first control and this is the second control. One control is present in the form of data flow in the same direction of data flow. Other control is present in opposite direction from the destination unit. Now it enables the data accepted line. So whenever it identifies the data accepted line is enabled, it disables the data valid line and it invalidates the data on the data bus. Now again it disables the data accepted. Disables the data accepted line and ready to accept another data. Ready to accept another data, that is it is coming to initial state. So this is to be called as source initiated transfer using handshaking. Now coming to the next one, destination initiated transfer using handshaking. Let us see this one. In this case, what happens? So place first here ready to accept data, enable ready for data line. So here this is the ready for data line, one control line which is sent by the destination unit to the source unit. Whenever this line is enabled, ready for data line is enabled, it places the data on the data bus and it enables the data valid line. So the source unit places the data onto the data bus and enables the valid line. So after identifying the data valid line is enabled, the destination unit accepts data from the data bus and disables ready for data line. So whenever the source unit identifies that data ready for data line is disabled, it goes for disabling the data valid line and it invalidates the data on data bus and comes to the initial state. So this is the destination initiated. So here in source initiated, we have data valid line and data accepted line. Data valid line is enabled by the source, data accepted line is enabled by the destination. First data valid line is enabled, later data accepted line is enabled. But in case of destination initiated line, here also we are having two controls. One is data valid line and other is ready for data. So ready for data is used by the destination unit, data valid line is used by the source unit. First ready for data is enabled, later data valid line is enabled. So this is the destination initiated transfer of handshaking. Now I hope that you all understood the asynchronous data transfer. So I am going to summarize the concepts what we discussed in this session. In this session we discussed about what is synchronous data transfer, what is asynchronous data transfer. For achieving the asynchronous data transfer, what the methods, control methods that we are using. We discussed about strobe control method and handshaking control method. In strobe control method also we discussed about source initiated strobe and destination initiated strobe. In the same way, handshaking method also we discussed about source initiated handshaking method and destination initiated handshaking method. To assess yourself here, I given 2 questions. Please answer these questions. The first question is, explain strobe control method in asynchronous data transfer. Second one is, explain handshaking method in asynchronous data transfer. In preparing this presentation, I used the digital content from various public sources. It is used only for educational purpose and not for the commercial purposes. Thank you for listening the session.